Hello, hello, hello. I am live. I am live, sharing my screen. We are going to talk about what's going on. Let's start first of all with this news. Are you there? Please say hi if you're there. Please say hi if you're there. Are you there? Can you see my screen? Are you there? Can you see my screen? Say hi if you're there. Okay? Say hi. Happy Saturday. We are going to dive into it. We have great news. Probably the best news we've heard in this year when it comes to this immigration bill. We're getting there. It looks good. Well, again, you can't predict anything with those people, Congress, but it looks good up to now, okay? Let's start with the first great news, then we will dive into this immigration reform, okay? Well, the Biden administration appeals ruling that found DACA unlawful. Remember, guys, we talked about this when this judge in Texas, all happened in Texas, when the judge in Texas actually suspended DACA. So when the judge in Texas suspended DACA, ruling that DACA was unlawful and illegal, he went ahead pretty much and suspended new applicants from applying. And we heard that the Biden administration was going to appeal, but remember it took some time. Of course, yesterday, Friday, they filed and finally appeal on Friday. As you can see, the Biden administration appealed on Friday a Texas ruling that found the Obama era their Deferred Action for Child Arrival program unlawful, injecting fresh uncertainty into the lives of thousands of immigrants. Well, it's good at least they stick to their promise. They said they were going to appeal, and they went ahead and appealed. The Justice Department filed a notice to appeal U.S. District Judge Andrew Hannon ruling. Well, so this judge in Texas ruled that DACA was illegal and unlawful, preventing new applicants from applying. This Biden administration went ahead and appealed. So we're waiting to see what the result will be. But this is good because at least it's going to force Congress to act because Congress is supposed to be acting on this DACA and the Dreamers. So, well, this is good news. At least they went ahead and really they just followed through with what they say they were going to do. So, again, in July, we know the history of DACA. When Trump was in power, it was pretty much suspended, and then later on reinstated by the Supreme Court. Now it was again suspended by federal judge in Texas, and now the Biden administration is appealing. Hopefully it's going again to go to the Supreme Court so we can have a final ruling once and for all. But the best solution will be really to just pressure Congress to act so that we can have a legislation and something that will become law. So that's what we are waiting. Really, you can go ahead and read this article. Not much to say to it. The appeal was filed. We're just waiting for the ruling, okay, for DACA. But what's really interesting here is this one. Remember yesterday I was here. I talked about the Democrat was supposed to make a case to the Senate parliamentarian for 8 million green cards. So they went ahead and made their case. We're going to dive into this article, getting some key points really as far as their argument and as far as the on the Republican side argument and the projection and really what's going to happen. Let's get into it. So, as we all know, they have to really convince the parliamentarian by the name of Elizabeth McDonald. and she used to be a former immigration attorney, a former immigration lawyer. And they went ahead and laid out their plan for 8 million immigrants, including dreamers. That's what I wanted you to see, including dreamers, okay? Including temporary protected status holders, TPS holders, including agriculture, farm workers, and other essential workers. This is not clear. Other essential workers. We don't know who will be in, who will not. It's not clear as far as I'm concerned. But at least now we have at least 8. It's going to cover at least 8 millions of people, which is good. So, but the argument again is the same argument. Budget is going, basically immigration is going to raise revenue, therefore it fits into the language of the budget reconciliation bill, therefore it should pass. That's their main argument. We're going to raise revenue, and then therefore it's going to really, that's the language they have to go with it. It's going to be fiscal, not regulatory. And the Republican on their side, they came about and said, no, this is just incidental. It's merely incidental. That's what the Republican are saying. It doesn't fit pretty much the language of the budget. So therefore it cannot pass. That's the Republican. But again, the lady has been brief. They've talked about it. And again, it's pretty much, it's going to help 8 million individual, but what they're saying is not really like going to get everybody the green card, but at least people who have like legal status, then get a green card, then eventually a U.S. citizenship. Well, now what's next? What's next? We're waiting for this lady, Elizabeth, to respond. She has been brief. They talked about it. Everybody made their argument on their side, but now we're waiting for her to respond. So when are we supposed to know? We are going to know as soon as the end of this month, for sure. According to what it is written here, according to, they have to vote again for the budget by the end of September. So we will know for sure. We have some time, but at least what I wanted to point out is that the argument was made, includes all those 4 categories of people, including other essential worker, which is not that clear, but at least the word essential worker is included. So let's wait and see. I'm going to stop sharing so we can go into the questions. Questions. I stopped sharing. Now let's go to the questions. Happy Saturday. Hold on. Who is here? Hello, good afternoon, Joyce. Norway, yes, I'm live. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. Good morning. Alphonse, good morning. Hi. Yes, I heard about pending asylum cases. Ermi, well, again, if you have pending asylum cases, they happen to be either essential workers or farm workers, then they'll be included. Yes, we can see you, Stella. How are you? Hi. Happy Saturday. So you guys don't have questions, so I'm pretty much gonna be ending this live stream if you don't have questions. Mwana Congo, hi Mwana Congo. Max Soluma, hi. Good morning. So who has another question? There was a person who wanted to know yesterday whether the half brother can petition for him. Well, yes, the answer is yes. The half brother can petition for you as long as on the birth certificate you guys have at least one common parent. So I don't know if he's here, but that was his question from yesterday. Kuba Kuma, hi, beautiful. Hi, I hope I'm beautiful. Vernet Pure, I have a question. Well, write your question. Vernet Pure, how about you write your question? So Waiting for questions, folks. I promise you that I'm gonna be live. Receive a receipt notice in 2019. Well, one, if you Google direct filing, it is going to tell you where to file. If you just go to USCIS, you just go to Google and say direct filing of I-485. Google it. It's going to really give you, if you Google direct filing of I-485, it's going to give you where you can file I-485, even if the I-130 was already filed. So it's really going to give you that. It's gonna say where to file it. Send me, hello, good morning, good morning. What means essential workers? Christian, we've talked about essential workers are people who have worked during the pandemic. If you go on my community tab, you will see that I have it listed. Who is essential worker? Back in the days when we were talking about essential worker, we made a video, a really long one, really showing who's essential worker, who's not. If you have a good news for I hope you have a good news. Yes, that's the news we've been talking about. What are the next step for the process? Yes, now we're waiting for that lady Elizabeth to either approve or disapprove. That's the only person we're waiting on. So the fate of 8 millions really is laying on that person, to that parliamentarian Elizabeth, to actually decide whether they can fit the immigration bill into the budget reconciliation. We should know by the end of September. My brother coming with a P3 visa had an overstay can be included in this bill. If your brother happened to be an essential worker, yes, then after past citizenship, what next? That I answered that. When will I hear about immigration reform? We should know by the end of this month. I am a transporter business. Am I included? If you work, Ermi, if you work during the pandemic, how can the Democratic Senate deny the decision of the parliament if they won't? If they deny the decision, so nothing. If this lady by the name of Elizabeth does not approve the bill to pass into the budget reconciliation, then the Democrats have to convince 10 senators from the Republican side, which has been so difficult. If they can convince 10 senators from the Republican side, that's it. Finito. What you think she was allowed it? It looks, yeah, it looks like Stephanie. It looks like she has a lot of pressure too. It's like the fate of 8 million people are lying in your hands, and really you have to show up for it. You know, I feel like she's gonna do the right thing to actually include this bill, even if it doesn't include everybody, but at least a portion of people. She needs to really do the right thing. Is the reform considered as amnesty, Smith? In other words, yes, because it's going to give a way for people to apply, people who have been here undocumented to apply. So yeah, free at last. Illegals, yeah, really. I mean, free at last. I believe that. Well, at least we're on a good path. You know, that's the only thing I can say. You know, well, I keep hope, because what is the alternative, really? You know, so subway employee can consider as essential worker working till today. Yes, yes, Patel. Yes, you can consider essential worker because you worked during the pandemic. But remember, has this ever happened before? Stephanie, as far as passing Stephanie, as far as passing a big immigration reform, it has happened before, but under Reagan, 46 years ago. And then under Bill Clinton, they had some portions in the 90s, they had some portion of reform passed. Some people got papers. So, but since then, really the biggest one happened under Ronald Reagan when he was president. So 46 years ago, that's when the biggest one passed. And then in the 90s, under Clinton, some people got their paper too. They got some type of amnesty. I know some people that got paper in the 90s. So we're hoping in this 2021, some people will get something, you know. Aliyu, if you are applying for asylum and the judge deny your case, can you get married? Yes, you can get married if first of all, we have to know why the judge deny your case. If they just deny your case based on just they can't give you asylum without telling you that your asylum is frivolous, yes, you can get married with a valid marriage, of course, and get a green card. But if they deny your case of asylum and then they say that, well, your asylum is frivolous, then you will be barred from adjusting status. So that's how it goes. What essential worker will get, green card or some status? Ivan, it looks like there are some status, then green card. Can Uber driver apply for essential worker? Yes, if you work during the pandemic rushes. Tourist visa overstay part of 8 million, right? Well, tourist visa, astute man, tourist visa overstay can be part of 8 million if they happen to work during the pandemic. Beyonce and Jay-Z fans page, is the pandemic still going on? Well, we're still in the pandemic. I mean, really. So they are not giving green card right away. No, Stephanie, people who are going to get green card right away are people who are in lawful status. For example, TPS holders with valid TPS. Then they can apply directly for a green card. But some other people with overstay visa, stuff like that, they have to get some type of legal status, then eventually apply for a green card, then for US citizenship. But it's still good because it will come with a travel document for, especially if somebody wants to go home, you know. So it's still something, not best, but something. That's how I'll put it. So waiting for another questions, folks. We are waiting for questions because we are live. We need people to ask their questions, because some people will be emailing me again like, really, we just finished a live session. So yes, question. If we don't have question, well, it was nice on a Saturday talking to you guys. Thank you for your time. Well, if you have more questions, just leave it in the comments. Well, we'll get to them. If you get a question later. In a hotel, Stella, I'm a housekeeper in a hotel and I work through the pandemic. Yeah, if you work to the hotel during the pandemic, yes, you consider essential worker, Stella. Rosemary, do you have an idea? Well, yes, Rosemary, by the end of September. And then after 2 years, some texts just will say it's illegal. Ivan, if this one pass, it's not going to be challenged the way DACA was challenged, because if this one pass, then it will be signed by the president, then it will become law. So it can be considered illegal. DACA, the reason why DACA has been challenged by this Texas judge is because it has no it's not law, really. It's pretty much not a status, a way to hold somebody and give them work permits so that they can have some type of not legal status in a way, but some type of stay in America. But it wasn't passed to Congress, so it never became law. So Ivan, you're so funny. I'm not gonna follow you. I'm done with you. You're so funny. Okay, house painter will be able to apply. Yes, if really if they work during the pandemic. I'm from Jamaica and I'm recording gospel artist. How can I get a work permit? If you consider yourself an artist, a wine, then you should try this national interest waiver or extraordinary ability. That's EB1. The judge said you are not credible. What? Tarmisu Aliyu, what do you mean by that? Dominus Horson will they qualify? Yes, my sister in removal since 2000 has been married to you. So can she apply for more since 2000? She's been married to you. Season can she apply? Well, cancellation or removal movie house, you need to watch my previous video on qualification for cancellation removal. The way it works, you have to have been here for 10 years prior to receiving the notice of appeal, no criminal record, person of good moral and character. Just go ahead and watch my previous video. It has it's so well explained. Good morning for the on the immigration form. Babatunde, well, you came late, but we've been talking about it. So while the Democrats made their case, the Republican made their case too. So now we're just waiting for that parliamentarian to decide. Probably by the end of this week, not the end of this week, sorry, by the end of the month, then we will know for sure if it's going to be included or not. With withholding of removal can apply for the credit card without passport, married is U.S. citizen. This is a tricky question, Birani. Withholding removal, they have limited type of right procedure. What's the procedure for applying for EB1 permit? Procedure for applying for EB1, just go to USCIS and Google EB1. It gives you the qualification first of all, and if you apply for it, you have to be approved first before applying for a work permit. Ivan, oh my gosh, I can't believe Ivan's so negative. Why are you being so negative? You're so funny. I'm not gonna go with you that way. You're so funny. Patel, where's your above questions? No, Stephanie, I said by the end of the week. Sorry, by the end of the month. That's when we'll know for sure. End of the month, end of September. Zami, are essential worker included? Yes, they're saying other essential workers are included. How many? I don't know. Patel. Patel, I'm trying to find your question, Patel. Patel, please ask your question again. Please answer your question again. So what's on September 15th? On September 15th, I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on September 15th. If I get any news about September 15th, I'll let you know. I haven't heard anything talking about September 15th. Withholding of removal can apply for green card if married to U.S. citizen. Yes, they can apply, but it's not that straightforward process. But they can apply and see if it's going to work for them. Maybe God bless you. What's up for immigration? Kofi. Well, Kofi, you just came late. We're just talking about it. While the Democrat made their case, the Republican made their case. So we're just waiting for the final decision by the end of the month. Oh, Patel, okay, my 2 kids came before 16 and they completed college, they can get a green card and they apply. Well, Patel, what is the status of the children? In order for the children to apply for you, they have to be U.S. citizen. What is their current status? If they came before 16, if they only have DACA, then you have to wait. If this bill passes, then they get the green card, then they become citizen, then they will apply. So that's how it's going. It's like a long road, Patel. How are they gonna know if you work? Yeah, you have to show proof of your income. Where did you work? What type of job did you do? Yeah. International students are not considered undocumented. They have their status if their visa is valid. So, oh, Patel, no, they have to have some type of legal status as far as applying for parents. They have to be U.S. citizen. So let's say if the children have DACA, for example, and this bill passes, then they will get the green card. But you have to wait until they get the citizenship, because the green card, from the green card to U.S. citizenship takes at least 5 years. So once they get the U.S. citizenship, then they can apply for parent. You skip Beyonce question. Oh my gosh, Beyonce is here. People who work at gas station. Yes, Amarish, they are considered essential worker and they are included in this bill. Yes. Beyonce, where's Beyonce? What is your question? Oh, what if you were paid off the book and don't have any document to prove you were working? Well, that's when you have to talk to the boss and see if the boss can write an affidavit for you, telling them that you work there. So now it depends on the boss if he's going to be willing to do that. That's the deadline, September 15th? No, I said at the end of the month. That's when they vote for the budget. So if they voted for it early, I'm not sure about the date of September 15. So by the end of the month, that's when they vote for the budget. They could vote for it at September 15. Hi. No DACA, they consider as a dreamer. They came, yes, if they consider as Patel, if they're considered as a dreamer, yes, they're included in this bill. So what's going to happen is they are going to get either a green card or some type of status, then a green card. So let's say they get a green card, then you have to wait until they get citizenship, because in order for a child to petition for parent, the child has to be a U.S. citizen. So if they get a green card, then you have to wait for 5 years, then they get a green citizenship, then the petition for the parent. That's how it's going to play out. So, we're almost at 30 minutes, friends. I guess. Oh, September 15th is the date the committee have to deliver the law in writing. Okay, got it. Well, then September 15th they'll deliver it, but then they have to vote, right? So if they deliver it, it gets included, then we'll wait for the vote. So let's just see. That's why I'm saying by the end of the month, we will know for sure what's in, what's not. What happened to TPS? TPS is included in that bill. We're just waiting for it to be to pass. May someone work with his alien number? If yes, how can he do it? Well, in order to work, remember that you have to have a work permit. So alien number alone is not sufficient. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Kabwanga. Teresa is Tap. Elizabeth is the parliamentarian. You need to Google her. Is it possible people will get legal status before Christmas? Yes, Ivan. Now you're talking positive. Yes, it is possible, because if it passes by the end of September, then we'll wait for it to be published in the Federal Register. Basically, first of all, it passes, the president signs it, become law, we wait for it to be published, probably 45 days or 30 days. Then we have guidance, then people start applying. Of course, by Christmas, they should have something. Or maybe next year, because with USCIS it takes forever. Yes, essential worker, they're essential workers. CNA, they are considered essential worker. Not all type. Therese Kabwanga. Essential workers, farmers, TPS holder, dreamers. Dreamers include DACA recipient and dreamers. You skip Dahlia Smith questions. Dahlia Smith. Your mom can file for you. Dahlia, where's Dahlia? I'm trying to find Dahlia question. Did I skip Dahlia question? Well, if I skip it, then she should write it now, because I don't see it. Yes, included in the bill. Yes, Hidwana. Yes, they are included in the bill. What's Dahlia Smith? Okay, Dahlia Smith. Dahlia Smith, where's your question? Dahlia Smith, where's your question? I don't see it. Oh, if immigration found you previously case deemed as married fraud, can you apply for this? Oh, Dahlia Smith. Wow. Remember that they're still going to, remember when they wrote this bill previously, when we were waiting for the Congress to actually pass the bigger version of the bill, they had some provision in it talking about how they're going to deal with certain felonies, certain misrepresentation, certain thing. It's really going to be case by case basis. I cannot tell you like, well, people with sham marriages, fraudulent marriage will be forgiven. I cannot really tell you, because when they come to those type of unwaivable offenses, it's really going to be case by case basis. Yeah, that's how I can answer it, because in that previous bill, they had that provision talking about how they're going to deal with it. It's really going to be case by case basis. So just depending on the facts surrounding the case, then they will deal with it. Caregiver are essential worker. Ibrahim, new TPS included in this bill? Yes, they should be included, because they're TPS holders. So in other words, let's wait for the written version of it, right? Once we get the written version of it, maybe we should do another live going into that written version. Then we'll have some specifics of who's included, who's not. So that's how we're gonna do it. Okay. I think we did a lot. 34 minutes, 35 minutes. Thank you for coming. It is Saturday. At least we'll have some great news. Okay, let's just wait. As some people are saying, September 15th, they will vote for it. They'll submit it in writing. I'm not aware of that part, but let's just wait. What I know for sure, by the end of this month, we will know for sure who's in, who's not. Then we can move forward, whether we're going to get new application and stuff like that. We remain hopeful, because there's no other alternative. What is the alternative? Ivan, I'm glad you became a little bit positive about this. Joel, my phone consultation, whether it's in person or by phone, I still charge $175. Consultation fees $175. Yes, Patel, you work in Delhi. Yes, you can still be eligible. Thank you very much. I think I got most questions, all questions. If not, if you still have questions, comment below. We'll get to them when we get to them. But Ivan say, okay, yes, you're becoming positive. Come on. You need to be positive in this thing because it's a fight. So anyway, thank you for coming. Really, I do appreciate your time. And I hope to talk to you soon. There's no way. If you are a TPS holder as a single, sorry, if the bid can I apply it? Oh, you apply as a if you're single but married outside. What do you mean you're single but married outside of the US? It's either you're married or you're single. That's your legal status there. Marital status, either married, single, divorced, or widow. You can't be married, a single here, and married outside of the US. I don't understand it. So it's like your wife is outside of the US, but you're here living alone, but you're still married. Consider married. Then you should apply as married and list your wife and their place of residency if they're outside. No way. You got my, I just answered your question. It's either what is your marital status? Are you married or are you single? Are you widow or are you divorced? If you're married and the wife lives outside of the US, you are still considered married. So you're still gonna say married in your application and list the name of your spouse and their place of residency. Yeah, Joel, thank you for letting people know that if they need a consultation, they need to assess their case personally. They need a consultation and pay for consultation. Thank you, Joel. Yeah, single and married. Even this guy, NKMADL, is laughing. It's like, single and married, what do you mean? It's either you married or you single or divorced or widow. Why would you apply for a single on your TPS if you are married? That's misrepresentation. Because later on, if they find out that you're married, it's a problem. It's pretty much like lying on the application. That's an offense. So I'm not gonna deal with you on that one because that's crazy. Anyway, so if you apply single, then you consider yourself single. But if you're married, you shouldn't be applying as single. You should apply as married. That's how it is. You have to list the facts the way they are. Otherwise, you're getting into misrepresentation of facts, concealing facts. That's an offense. If your mom is an American citizen, yes, she can apply for you. So now, depending on your age, if you're past 21, this petition is going to take forever. Why? Jibril! Hi! Finally, we're actually wrapping up and you're coming. Do you have a question? Hey, folks, say hi to my friend Jibril. He just got here. Like late, when everybody's leaving already. So Jibril, just to recap, we're talking about this bill. Yesterday, the Democrats made their case, the Republican made the case. Now we're waiting for Elizabeth to respond whether the Democrat will include the immigration bill into the reconciliation bill. So that's what we're waiting for. Some people are saying that on the 15th, they'll submit it in writing. But I know that by the end of the month, that's when we will know for sure whether this bill will pass. Yes, thank you. Once this Biden plan passes, please call to get your paperwork done. You can email me as well. I work best with emails. Then I can call you. Whatever works for you. Well, even if she doesn't have social security, but the name still, you have to, no way, you still have to put the name of the wife. You don't have to put social security if she doesn't have it. And you should be listing yourself as married if you're married. You can't be putting yourself single if you're married. That's misrepresentation, concealing facts. That's bad. So you can amend your application and say you forgot. You didn't understand the question well. So, because really it's not right. If you're married, you're married. If you're single, you're single. If you divorce, you divorce. As simple as that. So anyway, thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. 40 minutes, folks. That was a lot. I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate you being here. Really, thank you very much. And I hope to talk to you soon. If you need a consultation, email is on display. Phone number on display. Consultation fees apply. I charge $175 for consultation. So until next time, bye-bye. Good luck. Let's hope for the best. Ivan, let's hope for the best, because you've been negative with this whole thing. Let's hope for the best, and let's hope that this bill at least will give some people something. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you. Really, thank you. Namaste. I do appreciate you. Thank you.